Plotinus Third Ennead, 7th Tractate, on Eternity and Time. Introduction. Why distinguish time and eternity? Plotinus begins by revisiting Plato's teaching. Eternity belongs to the intelligible world, while time belongs to the sensible. But what do these words mean? To answer this, Plotinus explores their ontological roots. Eternity is not just a long time. It is not even infinite time. Eternity is the mode of being of that which never changes, that which always fully is. It is the life of being itself. Time, by contrast, is the expression of soul's motion, a flowing image of what in Nous is simultaneous, whole, and perfect. Understanding this distinction helps the soul locate its true identity, not in time, where all things pass, but in eternity, where all is present. The goal of the philosopher is to move from time into eternity, from becoming into being. What is eternity? The life of divine intellect. Plotinus defines eternity, aion, as the life of the divine intellect, Nous. It is unchanging, it does not move from moment to moment. Complete, it lacks nothing, and it is not on the way to anything. Self-identical, it does not grow, diminish, or differ from itself. Whole in itself, it has no past or future, only an eternal now. Eternity belongs to being, and in Plotinus metaphysics, true being is active, intellectual, and self-contemplating. It is not static, but neither does it become. Its motion is a ceaseless self-relation, a timeless life. This life is not extended in time. It is a pure, simultaneous act, like the perfect, eternal vision that Nous has of the forms. It is the condition of all permanence, the model from which all temporal rhythms derive. 2. What is time? The life of soul in motion. If eternity is the life of being, then time is the life of the soul, especially in its creative and discursive activity. Plotinus explains, the soul, in turning outward from Nous to generate the cosmos, introduces movement, sequence, and change. Time arises from this movement not as a substance or container but as a measure of motion. Time is the image of eternity, but it reflects eternity in flux. It takes what in Nous is present all at once and spreads it out into a before and after. Thus, time is the number of motion in the soul. It is a distension of eternal being. It is the form of the soul's life in the world of generation. Time is not evil or false, but it is a descent. It is the soul's condition when it is no longer in full unity with Nous, when it begins to produce, move, and measure. 3. Time in the cosmos cycles as expressions of soul. Time manifests itself in the motions of the heavens, days, months, years, seasons. These rhythms are not causes of time, but expressions of the soul's formative power at the cosmic level. Plotinus explains that the celestial motions are the external signs of a deeper, invisible time, the life of the world soul as it governs the cosmos. Thus, astrology misunderstands the issue. The stars do not cause fate. They express the orderly unfolding of time, which itself is the temporal image of eternity's simultaneous plenitude. 4. The soul's two modes of life, eternal and temporal. Like many tractates, this one contains a profound anthropological insight. The soul lives in two worlds. In its higher part, the soul contemplates Nous and thus dwells in eternity. In its lower activity, the soul governs nature, the body, and generation, and thus lives in time. When we live through our senses, opinions, and passions, we live in the flux of time, never the same, always reacting. But when we ascend to contemplation, we return to the eternal now, where truth, beauty, and selfhood are present in their fullness, not anticipated or remembered. This return is not about chronology. It is a change of mode from becoming to being, from time to eternity. The relation between time and eternity, image and source. Plotinus describes time and eternity as analogous to shadow and light or motion and stillness. Time is the expression, image, or echo of eternity, not identical with it, but pointing back to it. He uses the metaphor of a circle. Eternity is like the center point, motionless, perfect. Time is like the circumference, always turning, but always referring back to the center. This reveals a profound metaphysical truth. Time is not outside eternity, nor is it its opposite. It is dependent on eternity, and its meaning is derived only in reference to its source. 6. Returning to eternity, the soul's final ascent. Plotinus concludes with a vision of liberation. To rise from time is to rise from change, opinion, and mortality. The soul must learn to dwell in eternity, not by rejecting time, but by seeing through it to the eternal pattern it expresses. This means detaching from the temporal self, the narrative self, the anxious self, the self in flux, and recovering the silent presence of the soul that already exists in the eternal realm. The wise person, the philosopher, is one who lives in time without being bound by it, who acts, speaks, and moves in the world, but whose inner life is rooted in the timeless contemplation of truth. Conclusion: time as the soul's shadow, eternity as its light. On Eternity and Time, Plotinus reveals time and eternity not as abstractions, but as spiritual conditions. Time is the soul's forgetting, and eternity is its remembrance. Time is the projection of motion, while eternity is the presence of truth. Eternity is the life of Nous, changeless, self-identical, full. Time is the life of soul, dynamic, generative, and fragmented. The philosopher's task is to recover the soul's eternal life, even while dwelling in the movements of time. To live in eternity is not to escape time, but to anchor one's being in what is unchanging even as the world turns. It is to let time serve eternity, as image serves reality, as motion serves rest, as soul serves the One.